Here he is.
Here he comes. Here comes the president.
We've seen this walk so many times, moments of history, moments of controversy, and today a seismic moment in terms of the Middle East.
Thank you very much. A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan.
Anyway, I knew this would happen. Like, I knew there's no way Donald Trump will miss this opportunity. This is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, the window is too open. He probably consulted with all the world powers before taking this action. If he believed that, or if he second-guessed himself that, well, if he does this, that a major conflict like the World War will start, he wouldn't do it.
Fahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely.
I think that the precision of whatever it is that they are doing now matters very, very much, because that's the only ground or justifiable ground that anyone on the opposing side of his action would be like, well, there were lots of collateral damages, a lot of innocent people died. But the precision of the act is what makes all the difference. If they only attacked their nuclear reactors and purifiers or whatever, then everyone knew that this guy, that Donald Trump, was going to take this chance. Every person knows. Like, he's been consistent with saying that Iran shouldn't have a nuclear weapon. He's been consistent for years. So, yeah, me personally, I was actually very, very skeptical about the whole action until, like, yesterday I was doing my research and then was like, wow, no, there's no world war coming. Nobody likes Iran that much. Like, Iran is not like a best friend to anybody. They are only friends, or they have been sponsoring Houthis, Hamas and stuff, but then no actual nation is so close to Iran to risk a war for Iran. Okay. Iran's ambassador on the Israel issue was with the UK MPs, I think yesterday. They were literally roasting the guy, asking him difficult questions that he couldn't give definite answers to. So UK is not on their side. Donald probably called Russia before doing this. I mean, Russia is not the best guy to give a moral argument. Now, no, you don't invade them, their sovereign country. Russia invaded Ukraine. So the moral ground of any argument from Russia is almost like zero. Donald Trump would just be like, Oga, you invaded Ukraine, what are you saying? So he made those calls. I believe he made those calls. China is not the best person to also give a moral argument, because China is somehow eyeing Taiwan, and I wouldn't be surprised if China makes an invasion on Taiwan very soon. So I don't know. I don't know who would want to pick a fight for Iran. Yes, there will be a lot of collateral damages, like bombs here and there, one or few, but for the next few years, there will be lots of collateral damage. There will be lots of bombs there, bombs there, bombs there, bombs there. But it will be nothing compared to a nuke. It is nothing compared to a nuke.
And totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue.
Yeah, exactly. He knew, like, Donald Trump knew that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and there's no way he's not going to take this chance. Like, yeah, during the first few days of this, for the past 8 days, the first few days of the past 8 days has been like, oh, is there going to be a war? Is there going to be a war? But then I've just checked the possibilities. I've actually weighed it with the First World War. Austria-Hungary invaded Serbia, a much smaller country, and that was the major trigger for First World War. People started defending, some nations started defending Serbia, some started defending Austria. Because Serbia is a smaller country, yeah, but then it's not threatening to nuke anybody. So, the moral ground there, there's no way this would lead to a world war. There's almost zero chance that this would lead to a world war. Nobody wants to be on the wrong side with the US. Not really being on the wrong side, but then can we actually say that this is a completely wrong move? Looking at the history, looking at Iran's sponsorship for Houthis, Hamas, Hezbollah, and all, can anybody actually say that, oh, this is a 100% wrong move? Taking out their nuclear program, can anybody say that this is a completely 100% wrong move? So that moral part of that argument, I don't know that. There's zero chance of this is going to lead to a major conflict. Zero.
I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before, and we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done, and most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin-Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That is it. It's official.
Donald Trump there declaring Iran's nuclear facilities.
I mean, yes, this is America's action against Iran, but then the whole world will feel the ripple effect. Yeah, the whole world will feel the ripple effect, because the extremism involved. I'm trying to restrain myself from saying much about the extremism, but you get the point. We all get the point. We all get the point. even fellow nations in the Gulf of Persia are not really very wonderful time in very wonderful relationships with Iran. So, like everyone, even their friends, even their neighbors, the Emirates are not in particularly bros with Iran. Like, it's okay. It's okay.
Donald Trump there declaring Iran's nuclear facilities obliterated, accompanied by the Secretary of State, the Vice President, and the Secretary of Defence. An emphatic declaration of victory, and now the time is for Iran to embrace peace.
Yeah, there will surely be collateral damages. The next few years will be full of bombs here, bombs there, bombs there, bombs there. But then it's nothing to compare to a nuke. Like, if you did basic physics in the secondary school, you would probably understand the point. Yeah, those bombs will be nothing compared to a nuke. Nothing.